Hello and welcome to my channel. I am Empress Real 1584, the Good Witch. If this is your first time visiting me, I would like to thank you. While you're here, please like, subscribe, and share this channel. By taking this action, you will be helping the channel to grow. Also, take a moment to read my About page so that you can have some understanding about who I am. I will never copy another person's work, nor will I ever copy another person's title. That is because I am authentically me. This work is a part of my bloodline. I thank you for visiting, and I hope that you will return. Please check out my other videos. All are welcome to share his or her story in the comment section below, because your story may be a helpmate to someone else. My channel is a no judgment zone place for healing in some sort of way. If my video does not resonate with you, please do not try to make it fit your circumstances at all. For anyone else and everyone else that the message does make sense to, take from it what will help you on your journey towards your happiness in every area of your life. Once again, I am Empress Real 1584, the Good Witch. This channel is all about healing, so let's begin healing together. Today, I'm doing a general reading. I hope everyone is doing well. Most of you who know me and you have been a part of this tribe, you know that I always place the camera on the desk so that you can watch me shuffle the cards, cut the cards, and you can also watch the cards fall out. You know, any one of you who watch me, you know that I speak about the moon and the cycle of the moon. Is so important to do so. A lot of people assume that they can only do moon magic on a full moon, and that's not so. Each phase of the moon is represented by things spiritually on how to do, what to do when it's in that cycle of the moon. You know, my husband was outside the other night, and I'm walking around the house, and I'm like, where is he? And so I peeped my head outside. That was the night before last, around 9 p.m. And he was removing the deadheading. Some of you may understand that term as pruning in the cold. You know, in our tradition, in our native lineage, it represents letting go of the past to allow for new growth, renewal, and increased vitality. For me, it is bittersweet sometimes because letting go is never easy. As you prune, you begin to see the beauty in what was, or possibly the challenges of consistently watering something that needs nourishment, but it comes to an end anyway. Some of us fight to keep things alive, and some will just walk away, not watering, not nurturing, because you're fed up or tired of doing it. A lot of people get tired of putting in the work. They find that things become too tedious. Their energies are less when it comes to that plant that you're trying to water or nurture. Some people allow themselves to walk away from a challenge, not wanting to continue to do the daily task of nurturing what we once adored. However, as he peeled back the layers, I began to see the beauty of what will be, and not what it can be, but what will be when we water our plants together. Letting go for some is never easy because releasing burdens, the dead leaves represent the dead weight that many of us carry. The dead weight takes up so much space, it drains your energy for many, and it will stifle you. It will cripple you, your growth. Well, let me tell you, the land is waking up. Many of us have started seeing the signs depending on where you live because there is still snow in some areas, but the snow is melting away, especially for my people up north. The snow is melting away. Many of you may have noticed how large and bright and beautiful the moon appeared to be last night and the night before and the night before that. However, this moon was the full moon. The moon signifies the end of winter diving into a beautiful new beginning as spring returns. Some of you may be rekindling relationships with a past friend, a co-worker, a distant family member, or even an old fling. However, many of you may be releasing dead weight to expose the beautiful situation of relationship that's right in front of you. And you're going to continue to water and nurture, allowing it to grow into something beautiful, full of life. And others of you will be welcoming spring with someone totally new, meeting someone new. You're going to begin life and water something new that you want to put the effort into. Some of you may be buying that smaller plant so that you two can set a foundation together, allowing the two of you to grow together. You know, this is a spiritual awakening, releasing the winter as the snow is melting in many areas, and in other areas, the soil is no longer in hibernation. Everyone should be preparing for their new journey. You know, we are all the authors of our own story. You begin life when you are ready to begin life. You get to create your next chapter every single day. But as spring comes in and winter starts to fall back, that's the unveiling of the veil. You get to write your next chapter. You get to look ahead at the beauty of what's to come as you begin to nourish yourself, nourish others around you, your relationship. A lot of people allow different things to stagnate them. And you can't do that. You have to see the beauty within yourself and the beauty that's all around you. And if you want something to grow, you have to put that energy into it. You have to water it. You have to speak to it. You have to nurture it. And if you leave something without doing these things, they wither away. And then you'll have to clean up the pieces to allow new things to come into its place. Now, many of your situations are going to be different, as I just explained to you. And it's okay. This is a no judgment zone place for healing in some sort of way. However, let us begin this reading anew because spring is coming in and the grounds are waking up. And as we did our deadheading the night before last, we can even see buds sprouting up. Many of you, you know, I always take you on a journey of our plants that are outside because some of our plants get taller than me, and I'm 5'4.5". And some of our plants are, ooh, every year I look at them and I'm like, this year they're going to hit the roof. Well, the garage area. But I'm excited to see what's about to transpire, right? The beauty of the new as we begin to water. How do you see your life? Do any of you even plan? Can you remove the rubbish, the deadhead, and see the beauty of what will be? It's called creating in the mind. Seeing your life the way that you want it to be. And all you have to do is nourish you. If you're in a relationship, all you have to do is nourish it. And if you're meeting someone new, all you have to do is nourish it together. However, if you're revisiting something from the past, you have to allow the dead weight to be removed. Not bringing up past hurt, past trauma, because that's the baggage that you carry, and that's the baggage that will remain. You can't allow something to go away and then keep bringing up, well, you didn't talk to me and you did this to me. This is deadheading. Some of you call it pruning. You have to release to allow things to come into bloom. Stagnant energy cannot come into bloom. So we're releasing so that we can see the beauties that's in us just as well as around us. Some of us will be changing relationships, friendships, significant others, co-workers, places, states, counties, cities. Many of us are going to be changing. But the beauty is that you get to create your next chapter. Each and every one of us are authors. Each and every one of us are authors. Each and every one of us know how we want our life to be. The only problem is many of you don't know how to get there. You think that it's tedious work to be able to have the life that you dream about. Guess what? We're going to stop dreaming. We're going to start planning and putting those plans to action. When you plan, you already have a mental picture in the mind of what you want. If you want a new car, you can see yourself with that new car. If you want a new house, you can see yourself with that new house. You've already done the work. Now see yourself sitting in the driver's seat. See yourself opening the door to the home. See yourself with whatever it is that you desire to have, as long as those desires aren't meant to hurt or harm another person. Because when you nourish something, you must love it. So as you begin to nourish you, water you, nurture you, you have to love you. You can't love anything else if you don't love yourself. Many of you may say, yes, I can. Impossible. Impossible. If you don't see the beauty inside yourself from the inside out, you will always stay in a stagnant energy, not allowing yourself to grow. You have to see beyond what someone has said, what someone has done, so that you can grow. Yes, words are powerful, but they're not powerful than your own words as you speak to yourself. You have to speak life into yourself so that when someone comes around that says, you're ugly, you're not pretty enough, you're too fat, you're too skinny, your boyfriend is ugly, your boyfriend is handsome, your girlfriend is cute, your girlfriend looks like a booger. none of that will matter. It will penetrate one ear and go out the other. You'll begin to realize that only your words matter, that only you can nurture yourself. Nothing else will matter. True story. Nothing else will matter. So, as spring comes in, as the ground starts to awaken, you become the life force that you desire to see within yourself. You become the life force as you begin to journey. Every single day is a new day. And we get to start over as many times as we need to. But at some point, there has to be a route that you want to take. You can make a left, you can make a right, or you can go straight and not look back. But some of you will be looking back. But if you look back, you have to leave the baggage where it was at. You can't even bring it back with you to the past. The ego wants you to find an answer to why someone walked away, why someone did the things that they did. But always remember, you may never get those answers that you desire. And if you can live with that, then go ahead, go back. Start anew. But there has to be changes within the dynamic of the situation. There can't be any changes if you're going to carry the same baggage with you. Others of you will move forward in the relationships that you already have, that you have created, and you will continue to nurture and allow them to grow. And others of you who are single, you will be getting that new plant and loving it from the beginning. That new person, getting to know how they grow, how the two of you can grow together. You'll be setting a foundation or where you want to place the plant or plant the plant. Some of you may just place the plant on the table. Others of you will plant it in the ground for that beautiful beginning. Others of you, you're unsure. You're like, okay, I'm going to leave it in a pot and just to see what it's going to do for now. But others of you, instantly you'll be like, okay, let's plant this together. But the journey is yours. The journey is yours. You get to say what, when, how, where, why. You get to be the shot caller. After all, it's your life. I am Empress Real 1584, the Good Witch. I send to you all nothing but love and light. I'm here a little early today. However, we're going to do a general reading. Many of you, every time that I say a general reading, you're like, is that a collective reading? Listen, I don't do as others do. I'm one of those people, I like to do my own thing. And it's a general reading. This is not one-to-one. That means the message is going to be for whomever. Whomever. Thank you for that. I saw you. Thank you so much. Let us begin this reading. Once again, I hope everyone is doing well. Thank you so much. Thank you. And listen, when I say everyone, I mean my enemies as well. Yes, I do have some, but I also wish them well. I do. Because sometimes people become confused. You know, sometimes people are confused. I thank you so much, right? If you would have put 2 more, then we would have had 22. 22 is one of my favorite numbers, but I thank you. I'm totally grateful. Thank you so much. If this reading is for you, I promise it will be for you from the beginning of the reading until the end. If the reading isn't for you, I promise you, please do not take a piece from here and a piece from there to make it fit your circumstances. That is not necessary. That's where confusion begins. If the reading is for you, I promise you, it'll be for you from the beginning of the reading until the end. As my grandmother would say, from the rooter to the tutor. Listen, my family country, you know? And I picked up those country ways and I love them. I love them. You know? I got my mama from North Carolina and I got my father from Florida. Two different types of country. One is the swamp and one is all woods. Let us begin. Spirit guides, help me to deliver the most accurate message that I possibly can for whomever needs to hear it. Show me what I need to see. Tell me what I need to hear. Thank you. We're going to ring this bell. Listen, as I said, the bell, it went straight. It went to the left just a little bit. That means a lot of you refused to turn around and go backwards. And then that bell started shaking to the right. And that means that you're going in a whole different direction. You're going to the right because you're doing what's right for yourself. And I appreciate that. Let us begin this reading. Spirit guides, what message do you have for whomever needs to hear it? Show me. Ooh, thank you. My goodness. All right now. Let's have these conversations. This one came out first. This one came out second. In other news, you are attracting true love. You have done the work of self-love and emotional healing by loving yourself the way that you do. Those who come to you will reciprocate that same energy back to you. That means that there's someone here who's leaving their baggage where it's at. You're not bringing it with you. And I love that for you. Because if you continue to carry past hurt, past pain, past disappointments, you bring that into your new relationship and you continue to meet that same kind of person over and over again, but they're just in a whole different body. A lot of people are like, dang, this person was like the last. Why can't I get away from these type of people? It's not them, it's you. It's not them, it's you. Because that's the energy that you carry. So when you allow the baggage to be left where it's at, and you do the pruning, the deadheading, removing of the old leaves, the old foliage, new things grow. Thank you so much. New things grow. New people come into your life. The world around you changes. So you have to leave. Thank you for that 22. Now that's a powerful number for you and I to share. The number 22, a lot of people don't know it is the most powerful number in the universe. So I want you to hold on to that number 22 just as well as I. The number 22 is one of my favorite numbers because it does symbolize duality, adaptability, insight, for you to see yourself the way that everyone else sees you, as beautiful, as loving. I'm speaking to someone who is selfless. You give and you give to relationships, to people. And I'm speaking to someone who is also sensitive. But you're very diplomatic as well. When you're right, you're right. When you're wrong, you're wrong. You'll listen to other people's opinions. But guess what? You make the final and last decision for yourself. Understand that the number 22 is perceived as the most powerful and creative number of all numbers in the world. This means that that I share this number with, that you are able to overcome all kinds of obstacles and you aren't easily knocked back by failure. However, you also love to be seen as successful. So at times, you may become frustrated if you struggle to achieve your goals. Let's discuss this number 22 when it comes to love. You are someone who stands by his or her partner's side when required, whether it's emotional support or giving proper advice when needed. But you aren't someone who does not have unrealistic or imaginary thoughts about love. You do care about your partner and the people around you. You do. But you're just not one of those people that have the highest hopes. You leave that thin line for disappointment. But that's something we have to leave at the door. That's part of the baggage. If you wait for disappointments and if you wait for something or someone to hurt you, it will. So now we're pruning off those dead leaves. We're deadheading. And we're going to look at life differently. Instead of saying, thank you so much, instead of saying, I think, you have to say, I know. Thank you so much. Thank you. Instead of saying, I think, you have to say, I know. I know I can have. I know it is coming. I know it belongs to me. You have to say, I know. You have to change the verbiage. Now, in other news is your second card. But remember your first card. Your first card says that you are attracting true love. You have done the work of self-love and emotional healing by loving yourself the way that you do. So those who come to you will reciprocate the same energy to you because of the way that you love yourself. In other news, Spirit says, pay attention to your dreams. Spirit is trying to deliver an important message to you through your dream world. Now may be a good time to write in your dream journal. If you don't have one, go grab a notebook from the dollar store. You can also grab a journal from the dollar store every now and then, but you should always write your dreams down. I've said that ever since I starting these channels. You know, I homeschooled my children, and their first assignment of the day was writing. As soon as they woke up in the morning, after they would have their breakfast, I would tell them to write. I never gave them a topic. The topic was theirs to choose. But the one thing, I wanted to see where they saw themselves in the future. There was no right or wrong to their assignment. How do you see yourself? What do you desire to have for your future? And that was the beginning. Do you know, my daughter, she's in her 30s. She came back for one thing, her journal. She didn't know I already read that thing. I read that thing. One of my other kids brought it to me. You know, you got one nosy in the house, right? And they was like, Mom, look at this. True story, but I did read it. But she came back to get it. She wanted that. I guess she was like, I don't want nobody to see it, but I did. And I didn't say a word until a few years later. I was like, I read your journal. She was like, what? I said, yes, I did. I said, you remember that guy? That's why you didn't get with him, because I went and threatened him. Stay away from my daughter. I did that. True story. But let's move away from that. That was the ego. That was the ego. Yes, I did that. Anyway, listen, pay attention to your dreams. Thank you so much. It is so important to pay attention to your dreams because every dream is a message. You're going to receive a dream, and in all the dreams that you receive is a message. I don't care if you saw yourself eating ice cream out of a dog bowl, and then the dog bowl flipped over and fell on the ground. There's always a message in a dream. Write your dreams down, as many details as you could remember about the dream, because it may not make sense today, but when you come back to it, it'll read like a story. It will begin to make sense. I promise you, it will begin to make sense. A person that I know had written me a text message, and I'm not one of those phone people, and I'm not going to put her name out here because, you know, she's up here. However, she was like, I dreamt about I was talking to your daughter, and then you gave me the strongest hug and kissed me on the cheek. What does that mean? Simple. You keep talking to people that hold no value in your life. However, you need something that you're not getting from people. Security. The kiss on the cheek is love. So you don't feel nourished. Not even if you're in a relationship. Not even if you have people around you. Because, yes, she's met my daughter, but never held a conversation. So therefore, these people that you're interacting with mean nothing to you. It's time to move on. And the security that you seek, it has to come from within. And the love that you desire, it still has to come from within. So it's so important to write your dreams down. They may not make sense today, but they will begin to read like a story. Your dreams become your own book, your first novel, when you start to pay attention. At the bottom of the deck, we have in other news, It is time for you to do some self-reflection. Spirit is encouraging you to go within to rediscover who you truly are and what you truly want in this life. So now that you've done the work, remember, that's why you're attracting true love. But then there's also some more work to do. You go back down memory lane one time. And you pick out all the pieces that you didn't like. And you remove those pieces that you didn't like so that you won't repeat them. We want to make sure that whatever it was doesn't come back towards you. It doesn't come near you. Not even in another person's energy that you meet or you even know. Because once you throw those pieces away that you don't like, that means you're saying, I set my boundaries. And those are the things that I won't allow in my life, no matter who it comes from. It just can't come near me. You know, true story, it can't come near me. Today somebody said I was arrogant. That's what somebody told me. And I said, they may be right. You know why? I love myself. And I try, you hear me use the word try. I try to make the best decisions for myself. So if I stumble and fall, allow me to scrape my knees and I'll clean it up. And if I don't fall at all, I'm not looking for a pat on the back from anyone. I'm saying to myself, girl, you did a good job. So I don't look at arrogance in the same way as another person does because I've endured many things. However, with me enduring, those are the things that I choose not to endure again. So I share to you, set your boundaries, no matter whom is with. Family, friends, neighbors, co-workers, whomever, set boundaries. Now, people going to say, oh, she arrogant, he different, he changing. You're damn right, because who wants to stay the same? Nobody should ever want to be like how they were yesterday. We should all want to grow. That's why we remove the dead leaves. That's why we prune our trees. That's why we get rid of the foliage. It's not going to grow again. So why are we holding on to it? I'm not trying to be better than anyone besides me. I'm not trying to look better than anyone besides me. So my weight go up and down. If I'm standing in the mirror and I'm fat as hell, then I'll say, self, you know better than that. It's time to lose weight. Now, when I lose weight, I don't want to be smaller than a size 12 ever. Let me tell you, right? Because my head shape is different, but my head got to match my body. So as I'm losing weight, I stand in the mirror and I say, self, don't go past that size 12. Don't go past that size 12 because you're going to be looking like a bobblehead. However, I'm not trying to be better than anyone but me. I'm not trying to look better than anyone but me. And if that's arrogance, somebody is confused on what confidence is, because I don't look for someone to validate who I am. I have to validate me. I have to toot my own horn. And when I don't, my father used to always tell me, it's a poor fish that doesn't praise his or her own pond. So if this is my pond, I have to praise it. Thank you so much. My daddy taught me that. So if arrogance came from him, y'all got to blame him. And guess what? He already on the other side. He's on the other side. I still get to speak and talk to him. But just be like, mister, you raised an arrogant ass daughter. But she got it from you. In other news, it is time for you to do some self-reflection. Spirit is encouraging you to go within to rediscover who you truly are and what you truly want in this life. So what do you want? Now, you remember I said earlier, either you're going to put that flower that's in the pot on your table, watch it grow, see how it does, or you're going to take that flower out the pot and plant it. The journey is yours. So if you are someone that's single, yes, there's definitely someone new coming in, but you decide what you want to do with that plant. Me, I would sit the plant on the table first. I'm going to water it. I'm going to nurture it. I'm even going to put it next to the window so that it could get some sunlight. Now, I may just want to keep it in the pot a little while. And then if something excites me and if I feel something new tingle inside my spirit that says it's time to plant it, then I will take it out the pot and I will plant it. I will water it, but I'll make sure it's in an area that sunlight gets to it so that it can grow. When you meet someone, evaluate them. Get to know everything about them so that you can understand if they're worth your energy, your time. And if they're not, you can always take that plant from the table and pass it on to someone else. There's no loss. They still get to live, but at somebody else's house. Now, if you find that this plant is all you need and you desire, you deserve it, you adore it, now let's put it in the ground. Now that means you're keeping it. But before you decide to put it in the ground, make sure that you desire it. I have 4 small cactus sitting on my steps. And they've been sitting on my steps in their little container since last year. My husband said, when are you going to plant those? I said, they're getting everything they need right here sitting on the steps. He said, I'm so tired of them sitting on the steps. I said, I'm going to plant them. I'm going to take them out of that container and put them in the pot. I'm still not going to put them in the ground because I have a bigger plan. I'm going to do something else with them. They're going to go where I go. They're going to travel with me. So, when it comes to someone who is single, take the time to get to know your person. Don't rush anything. Because you may find out that later on you didn't like them after all, but then you put them in the ground, you watered them, you set roots with the wrong person. It's called taking your time, getting to know, doing that self-reflection that you don't want to come back into your life. You're setting boundaries. You're not moving fast anymore. Because a lot of things that start off quick end just as quickly. And a lot of things that start off slow, you get to learn the person. How they chew, how they talk, how they sleep, whether they arise to anger quickly or not, you get to know. And then you get to decide if I want to keep it or not. I'm just saying, this is me. I know my analogies are not the best, but this is who I am. Let us get to the reading. I know you're like, damn, I thought that was the reading. And most people do. I'm a little long with it. Listen, I'm working on me. I'm trying to do better. But we're going to get through this as quickly as we can. This is a general reading for whomever needs to hear it. This is a general reading for whomever needs to hear it. Once again, if the reading is for you, I promise you, it'll be for you from the beginning of the reading until the end. And if it's not, don't take a piece from here or there to make it fit your circumstances. It'll just leave you in confusion. Spirit guides, help me to deliver the most accurate message that I possibly can for whomever needs to hear it. Show me what I need to see. Tell me what I need to hear. Thank you. Understand that we all have masculine just as well as feminine energies, each and every one of us. And nobody ever likes to hear that. Yes, males, my males, you do have some feminine energies, right? That's that nurturing side. However, my males, some of y'all, listen, click off. Some of y'all are bitches. You be in that feminine side a little bit too hard. You understand? I'm talking about my gossiping men. My men that like to start trouble. You know, I'm just saying. However, females, some of you are in your masculine energy, right? And it's okay because some of us need to be strong all the time. But at times, we like to let our hair down and allow someone else to do the heavy lifting, right? I'm just saying we all have masculine just as well as feminine energies. True story. We have 2 bonus cards and I'm going to take them. I'm going to put these to the side. Let us begin. We're starting off with the Ace of Pentacles, and that's never a problem, is it? I love starting off with the Ace of Pentacles because that means prosperity, plain and simple. So that's you setting the foundation, maybe to that new relationship. Maybe if you're in a relationship, you're setting some ground rules and it's like, we need to work on this so that we can nurture who we are, so that we can continue to grow together. However, some of you tore that foundation up and you left the past behind you. But trust that every decision you make for yourself is going to be the best decision. You have the Ace of Pentacles. The Ace of Pentacles. Now, the Ace of Pentacles, if this is about someone's job, a new job is coming in if you're out of work. And if you do have a job and you feel like your pay is not where it needs to be, fill out those applications and a new job is coming in and you'll have a higher pay. Those of you who've asked for a raise is coming. I know you've heard the chit chatter. Isn't it time that we receive our raises? Yes. Don't discuss even your raises at work because somebody may not get the same amount as you, right? Keep it to yourself. But there's someone here who's going to receive a promotion. Let me just tell you. But the Ace of Pentacles is all about investment. So invest in you. But new income, that prosperity, that money is coming in. We have the 7 of Pentacles, the 7 of Pentacles, right? Now, if you're single and that person you want to invest in checks all your boxes, then it's going to be long term. And if you're in a relationship, you're going to water each other, and it's for the long haul. And if you're someone who wants to double back, if you can leave those bags where they're at and you don't bring them back into the relationship, it will be long term. But you have to let go of the hurt, the pain. If you're strong enough to do that, then your relationship will be strong enough to last. I'm telling you, there will be some results. Now, me, I'm not everybody. I don't like doubling back. When it's over, it's over. It's a wrap for me. But someone here may not be a wrap for you. But in order for you to pick up the pieces from the past, you have to let the past go. The pain, the shame, the hurt, the anger. You know, some people be like, oh, I forgot all about that. And then as soon as you get into your first argument, remember Brenda? Remember Michael? Remember Mary? 2 o'clock on the 3rd of November? I'm just saying, you can't do that shit. You got to let it go. And if you can't let it go, let the past stay where it's at. And that's behind you. In order for a person to return backwards, you have to leave what was. All those heartaches right where they are, and they don't go with you. You got to put it in the garbage can. Once that garbage can comes to the landfill, it's hard to find it, right? So allow the baggage to be a thing of the past. However, there's prosperity here. There's long term. We have with the 7 of Pentacles. We have the King of Wands. Now, the King of Wands is someone who's a true leader. So if you want to know who's coming in your life, male or female, a leader. And this person may own his or her own business as well. But this is someone with high honor, male or female. This person is respected, right? Where they're from, they're respected. The people that know them, they are respected. I'm just here to let you know that. So you too have to stand in that stature of what they're looking for. True story. Because this person is highly respected. Now, let us dive into the 8 of Wands, communication. There's some communication for someone. As I said, the past may return. So there's communication coming in. And if you're single, there's someone that's going to be letting you know, I've been checking you out. But this is a rapid change as we begin to go into spring. And some areas where the snow is on the ground is melting because the earth is waking up. You know how bears go into hibernation? Our soil does the same thing. It goes into hibernation. But you may see, no matter where you live, you may see signs of the earth waking up. Let me tell you. So there's changes happening around you, in you. There's changes coming in. We have the number 14, which is temperance. I love to see temperance show up in the reading. You know, she never fails us, does she, right? Now, I know you're like, well, I thought you just said that it's only masculine and feminine energies. Her name is Temperance for a reason, okay? Because temperance brings balance, okay? Temperance brings harmony. Temperance not only does those things, she's patient. For the ones that want to keep the plant on the table, temperance is patient. Listen, as long as you water, keep her in the sunlight, she'll stay on that table thriving. And then when you're ready to put it in the ground, if you decide to do that, temperance is still there because temperance has a lot of self-control. Let me tell you one more thing about temperance. Temperance does things in moderation. So, balance is needed. Not only is balance needed, we see that someone is creating balance in their energy field. They're healing. And there's someone here who has done the work and you're already healed. But as I told you, there's somebody that's coming back from the past. Temperance is about reconciling differences. So that past person, you may be like, I don't want to do it again, but we could be cool. And guess what? Okay, they'll take whatever you say. But temperance is all about harmony. Listen, I don't want no enemies. None of us want an enemy, but I have some, but it doesn't mean we want any. Temperance brings harmony. It brings peace, let me tell you. And we have that number 2. Now, remember I shared that number 22? I'm going to share this number 2 with you guys. I'm going to share the number 2 with all of you. I had to share the number 22 with one specific person. But the number 2, we don't mind sharing because we already got 22. But trust your intuition. The number 2 is the high priestess. And when the high priestess appears in the reading, the high priestess says, trust yourself. And we spoke about that earlier. Trust yourself. Another person's opinion has nothing to do with you, not unless you ask them for their permission. But at the end of the day, you have to be strong enough to trust your own. You have to trust your intuition. Let me tell you, this is spiritual based. Because nobody takes the spiritual journey but you and only you. But guess what? Secrets do come out when the high priestess appears. There's some secrets that are going to be coming out. Let me just say that. But the number 2 is a powerful number in its own right. That means inner peace. That's why I said I'm going to share this one with all of you. Inner peace. We all desire to have peace in our lives. But this is inner peace from the inside. This is positive energy. And this is finding your divine purpose. What do you want? What do you desire? Claim it and call it in. Angel number 2 represents cooperation between you and you. It means balance between you and you, as we see temperance. That's all about balance. So we have balance twice. Have faith. Have faith. I'm just telling you. Have faith. Never give up. No matter how difficult something may appear. It may appear to be difficult. But don't forget, your first card is the Ace of Pentacles. For some of you, prosperity means money. Others of you, prosperity could mean so many different things. It can mean health. It could mean success within a relationship. It could mean, hey, I want to move. Whatever this means for you, it means you can have it. Prosperity. We have that number 2 again because now we're bringing in the 2 of Pentacles. This is the 2 of Pentacles. Listen, things get out of alignment sometimes, right? And that brings us the imbalance. When you negotiate with yourself, do I want the plant on the table? Do I want to plant the plant outside and allow the roots to grow? There's an imbalance. See, there's a shift happening right now. Winter is going away and spring is coming in. And as spring comes in, things begin to grow. It's not easy to allow something to move away that was precious. Some of you walked around with your fur coats. You like having those fur coats for a short period of time, didn't you? You get to put on those leather coats. I'm just saying what happens in the winter, you look different. Right? Some of you add more tracks in your weave game, right? So you don't need a hat on because that weave keep your hair warm. I'm just saying. Now things change when spring comes in. You don't need so many tracks in your hair. It's time for you to put up those fur coats, right? And it's time for you to put up the leather. Excuse me, it's frozen on my end, but not on yours. But it's time to put things away, right? Because they have no place in the springtime. You have options now. Now you have a whole lot more options. You're pulling out the spring wardrobe and the summer as well, because spring gives you some really hot days, right? Let me tell you, it does. You have options. There's someone here who is single. You have options. That's why I told you to take your time. Patience is needed. You really need to decipher if you're going to keep the plant on the table or if you're going to put it in the ground. This decision you have to make for yourself. You have to trust your intuition. The Two of Pentacles is you negotiating with yourself. We have the Eight of Cups. We have the Eight of Cups. Now, let me tell you what I like about the Eight of Cups. Someone is restless. Oh, I can't wait for spring to come in full blast. I can't wait. You're restless. But you desire for more. Someone here has been meditating and you're restless. You're like, when is it going to happen? Spring is happening. Let me tell you, no need to be restless. Calm down. I'm telling you, it's on its way. And it's happening in the spring. That's why we have this worm moon, that full moon that many of you saw, right? Bright. It was bright, wasn't it? And even if you didn't get to see it and it was behind the clouds, you still saw the illumination of the light. Guess what? You're restless. Calm down. It's coming. Whatever this is that you have been meditating on, it's coming. It's coming. I promise you, it's coming. This spring, it's yours. It's yours. You know, let me tell you, the Eight of Cups means withdrawal. You know, from that energy that has you frantic. Oh, I don't know what's about to happen. I need to pay my bills. Oh, my goodness. Where am I get that extra money because I'm looking for a raise, even though your first card told you that you're going to have so much prosperity. I'm here to remind you, calm down with the Eight of Cups. Relax a little bit, right? What card he say? What the hell you mean telling me to relax? I'm telling you to relax if you want it because it's coming in. So withdraw from that energy of not knowing. Just know that whatever you have asked for, whatever you have been meditating on, is yours. It's coming in. Now, take that retreat and relax because that energy had you all over the place. You're moving on. Someone here is moving. You've been thinking about moving and you are. But there's someone from the past who's going to feel abandoned. Because I told you that communication is coming in. And you're like, I'm just not going to be able to do it. For someone here, you're just not going to be able to do it. But we could be cool. I'm just saying. We have the King of Cups. And I love this. We have the King of Cups. Who's the King of Cups? Scorpio. So you could be a Scorpio. Your person could be a Scorpio. But the Scorpio is balanced. That's who the King of Cups is, this water sign. The Queen of Cups is Cancer. I don't see her here, but I do see this Scorpio. That's that water energy. So if you're a Pisces or a Cancer, not to worry. The King is here. You're compassionate, or your person is compassionate. That's coming in. And they're also intuitive. Because what do we know about the King of Cups? They trust their intuition. They know that whatever they ask the universe for is theirs. They just instantly know that it's coming. And it's coming in the spring. Let me tell you, we have the Nine of Wands as a bonus card. And someone here may be like, the Nine of Wands? Yes, believe in yourself. Because the Nine of Wands tells you to believe in yourself. It doesn't matter what somebody else says. It doesn't matter that advice that someone gives you. You have to trust your intuition. You have to keep and maintain those boundaries. And you have to be persistent with yourself, not allowing anyone to penetrate the core of you. What they say doesn't matter. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. What they say doesn't matter. So don't give up. Don't give up. Hold on. Spring is coming. Hold on. Hold on. And when things happen, double back. You could turn around and come back to me and be like, yo, Empress, you ain't never lied. Let me tell you. Thank you so much for that 22 again. I see you. We sharing this number. I'm walking around with that 22 on my head all day. Let me tell you. I'm putting it in my pocket too. I thank you. That number 22 is powerful. But let me tell you what happens, okay? Because you remember, you know, those bonus cards that we had? We got the Two of Cups. If you're not in a relationship, you will be, as I told you. If you're in a relationship, you're going to water one another, right? If there's somebody thinking about doubling back, it's okay. This is you falling in love. This is a resolution to the past person. You're going to figure it out and you want to try it again. But then for the rest of us who are in a relationship and who are single, this is a union, a beautiful union. And you're going to be falling in love with your person. If you're in a relationship, you're going to continue to fall in love. Yes, you can fall in love with someone over and over again. And if you're single, you're going to be falling in love. So guess what's about to happen? You're going to take that plant off the table. You're going to put it in the ground. And you're going to set the foundation with someone that's coming in. Now, we at the bottom of the deck, right? Let's talk about it. Because this is how we end our reading. We have the Five of Pentacles, right? This is the bottom of the deck. This is that end game. We're putting it into hard times. When I was growing up, y'all, I'm 52 years old, okay? We had a song by Run DMC, and I want all of y'all to go look it up, please, so that you can understand this card. Hard times. Listen, hard times are over. Hard times are over. Feeling that lack is a thing of the past. We don't get to bring this with us into the spring. That's why it's at the bottom of the deck. The bottom of the deck is the end game. We setting boundaries. Listen, hard times. Now, I know y'all probably like, I don't like Run DMC. Let me tell you, that was a thing for me, okay? I love my hip-hop artists, the ones from back in the day. The ones that I could understand and tell stories. Now, I see my daughter watching. She may get mad. She be trying to put me down on this new music. And I'll be like, thank you, thank you. When she play the music, I look at her. I'm like, yo, that's a slut. That's a slut bucket. Oh, my God, did he just say that? Yo, he a cornball. And she be like, Ma, y'all music was worse. I'm like, no, we weren't that vulgar. And she be like, what about Lil' Kim? I'm like, what? 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 She ain't say nothing wrong. What are you talking about, right? Because let me tell you, y'all artists are different. Lil' Kim was a virgin compared to these girls, let me tell you. But hard times are over. If you're riding in the car, if you home, turn that on full blast. Hard Times by Run DMC. I promise you it's going to make you feel good. Because these hard times are over. It's a wrap. It's end game. Spring is coming in. And allow yourselves to bloom. Water yourself. Nurture yourself. Someone coming in. Nurture what the two of you have. Get to know each other. Stand in that sunlight. Collect all that vitamin D that you can. Let me tell you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you so much. I see you. I see you. But enjoy. And I thank you for the gifts. I thank you for your time. I'm truly grateful. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Now, if y'all see my reading on somebody else's page, then let them know. Be like, yo, she did this live. Yes, let them know she did this live. You're very welcome. You're very welcome. I do all my readings live. I don't pre-record. I used to pre-record and people would take my readings. I do them live and they still take my readings. But you can copy, you can mimic, but you can't steal from the source. I am Empress Real 1584 the Good Witch. Thank you so much. Thank you. I am Empress Real 1584. I send to each and every one of you nothing but love and light. I'm not sure if I'm coming back today. I need to take a sabbatical. It's my turn to cook. My daughter and I, we take turns cooking. She cooked last night. Now, I tried to catch her on her way home. I was like, tacos or nachos do sound good. She was like, you cooking? I said, well, I guess so. Right? It don't matter I'm 52. It don't matter that I had to change her diapers and nurture her. I had to give her bottles. I'm just saying, right? I'm just saying she never had a rash. I'm just saying. You know how us parents, we got to throw that in there to try to make y'all feel guilty, but it don't work, do it? But no, I'm cooking. But yeah, I want some nachos or tacos. It don't matter which one. I just want something. Listen, and it's healthy. It has a lot of vegetables. Listen, I'm trying to lose weight. I'm trying. But I do want a frappe later. I'm just saying, listen, y'all, work with me. Work with me, right? I got some clothes I want to get in this spring and summer, so work with me. You know, I'm looking at my old jeans like, wait a minute, they shouldn't be sitting there like that. Let me do it for the one time. But thank you so much. Thank you for your time. Thank you for the hearts, the new subscribers. Thank you for your gifts. But the most important thing, thank you for your time. Time is something that we never get back. I promise you, you don't get it back. You don't. So thank you. I am Empress Real 1584, the Good Witch. I send to you nothing but love and light. The videos that I post here, I post them on my YouTube channel. So you can find this in about 30 minutes on my YouTube channel if you want to listen to it again. And guess what I'm about to do? I'm about to go play Run DMC in the kitchen while I'm cooking. Hard times, right? Because those things are over. Listen, let's spring forward. Love and light.